Before I go into the video, I did want to let you know that I did make a new Discord. Consider supporting the channel by joining it. It is free to join. Because it's new, if you want to help create a great community, come by and check it out. Now with that out of the way, let's get into this week's video. What's going on YouTube? This is Devin coming back at you with another video today on Pub Stomp MTG. Glad to have you here. Today we're going to be looking at this awesome new monkey legendary tribal commander, also ape as well, but we do have Kibo, Uktabi, I can't pronounce that correctly, but Uktabi Prince. So this awesome monkey has a lot of really great text for it. It could tap, and each player creates a colorless artifact token named Banana. With tap, sacrifice this artifact. At a red or a green, you may gain 2 life. And also, whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put 1/1 counters on each creature you control that's an ape or a monkey. And also another ability it does have is whenever a Kibo attacks, defending player sacrifices an artifact. So probably you're thinking, man, this monkey is super nice. All this prince wants to do is give everybody some bananas and for everybody to have a good time. However, if you get on his nerve or even get on his bad side, he will attack you and then you will sacrifice an artifact, most likely your banana, so he could take back what is his. So I can see this being a fun commander to play around. This definitely is a fun way to answer treasure tokens because people are going to be sacrificing treasure tokens, and then you can make your apes even bigger or monkeys even bigger because of Kibo's ability. So first, let's talk about some apes we want to add into this list. I looked on Scryfall and there's not a whole lot of apes that I want to add in this list. There's just a lot of vanilla apes in here, but I'm going to be talking about the best of the best kind of apes in here. So first up is probably my favorite ape of all time, Kogla the Titan Ape. Obviously, King Kong himself is coming to the field and helping our monkey prince to victory. He has so much great abilities. It enters the battlefield, you could have it for removal. Also, whenever it attacks, you can destroy an artifact or enchantment defender player controls, and you're not really going to use that third ability of returning a target human you control because this isn't really going to be a human sub theme as well, so we're not going to be really using that. But Kogla is a fantastic card. I liked it a lot, especially in standard. I did play it a little bit in standard just for jankiness. Also, I love King Kong and the movies. Another ape to add to the list would be Silverback Elder from Dominaria United. This is a really crazy card in this deck because whenever you cast a creature spell, you're going to be choosing one of these modes. Some of the modes you can choose is destroy target artifact or enchantment, and look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped, and then put the rest of them on the bottom of your library and gain 4 life. The most likely option you're going to be using is that first one because obviously we want to destroy a lot of enchantments and artifacts on the field so that we can buff up our apes and monkeys. So with the rest of the ape options, I'm going to go over them briefly because they're just kind of okay. They're not really crazy. We have Yavimaya Steel Crusher, Kurd Ape, Kurd Chieftain, and Gorilla Shaman. So I thought I had to include them into the list because they do have some great utility of destroying artifacts. So let's move on from apes and let's talk about some monkeys. So like I mentioned with the apes, it's not really supported in the tribe. We don't have a whole lot of monkeys to choose from. So if your budget does allow this, Ragavan Nimble Pilferer is absolutely incredible in this deck and in any deck really in mono red. It's absolutely destroying the modern format. I mean, I would say Ren and 6 definitely deserves the ban over Ragavan, but Ragavan essentially being a 1-drop for 2/1, and when it deals combat damage, you make a treasure token and exile the top card of that player's library. Until end of turn, you may cast that card. So I've taken so many lands off of people's libraries and I feel so bad because sometimes I needed the land drop, but Ragavan is absolutely an all-star in this deck. Again, if your budget allows this. With these next 2 cards, they actually been errated to become monkeys. So we have Ravenous Baboons and Zodiac Monkey. I like Ravenous Baboons mainly due to someone having a pesky land like a Valakut, Molten Pinnacle, or a Cabal Coffers. Zodiac Monkey is also a really fantastic option in here because it does have Forest Walk. A lot of people have been playing green more recently because of how much support it got. Also, we do have a Yavimaya Cradle of Growth in this deck so that it can be unblockable at any given moment. So when it gets bigger and bigger because of our commander, we can just swing it for a huge amount of damage like that. And also, if we wanted to distribute a lot of those counters we get from our commander, Scrounging Bandar is actually really good in here because when it enters the battlefield, you can put 2 counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may move any number of 1/1 counters from this card onto another target creature. Maybe onto another card like Zodiac Monkey if it's unblockable so that it could be really huge. However, the big problem we are facing in this deck is because we don't have a lot of ape or monkey tribal support. Maybe we'll get it more into the Jumpstart later on when we get more spoilers, but we do have some great fillers like Shapeshifters. So easily some cards that we could add into this list is Metallic Mimic Mimic, and Adaptive Automation. These help provide a buff either to one of the other ape or monkeys. You have to choose a specific creature type, so one or the other. You can't really choose apes and then buff up your monkeys because obviously they're separate creature types. However, Call Time was a really great set for those shapeshifter options like Realm Walker and Masked Vandal. Just the fact alone that with Realm Walker you can look at the top card of your library at any time is really great value. Just to see what you have ahead is just super incredible in my opinion. Masked Vandal is really great in here because you could exile a creature card from your graveyard and exile a target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls just for 2 mana, and having a body on the battlefield is great value right there. Also, another really great reason why we have these changelings in here is mainly due to our commander buffing them up. Whenever artifacts are leaving the battlefield, they'll just get more buff and buff so that we can swing in for a huge amount of damage. So let's move on and let's talk about some artifact hate, because in this deck we absolutely hate anybody playing artifacts. We give people bananas, but that's just out of the kindness of our heart just to take it away. At this point we hate artifacts so much we don't even want them to use our artifact bananas. An easy way to ensure that our opponents won't use their bananas is using something like Karn the Great Creator, where activated abilities of your artifacts your opponents control can't be activated. It's honestly really here just for that main static ability. The rest of the abilities are okay, but let's go on with Magnetic Mind. If they use those bananas, let's punish them for that so that they can't gain life off of those bananas. And heck, if they even want to play some non-creature spells, we'll have Cinder Vines to deal 1 damage to that player, and also has a great ability of paying 1, sacrifice Cinder Vines, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Cinder Vines deals 2 damage to that permanent's controller. So this potentially has some great utility, just punishing our opponents more further for casting those non-creature spells. However, if we don't have Karn the Great Creator out and they are using our bananas, we might as well have Verdant Revel. So when artifacts are going into the opponent's graveyard from the battlefield, you may draw some cards. So this is definitely an easy, and I mean easy, auto include, because you're going to be drawing so many cards because each opponents are going to get bananas and they're going to be using that mana, and so you're going to be drawing a lot of cards that way. However, if your opponents are getting your prince mad and you want to smash face, I feel like this is a great combo for you. This is a mean combo, and I mean a absolutely mean combo, but I feel like for the cost wise, if you're paying 11 mana into this, you gotta win at this point. We're gonna have Mycosynth Lattice on the battlefield, and all permanents are artifacts including to their other types, and we're gonna make sure we cast a Vandal Blast overloaded so that we destroy all their permanents they control, and so that we can gain so much counters on our monkeys so that we can swing in for victory. So this is a pretty mean combo. I mean, I will say this, my cousin mentioned it to me, so don't blame me, blame my cousin. He was the mastermind of this evil combo. But let me know down below, what are your thoughts about Kibo, Uktabi, Prince? Again, I know I can't pronounce that U word right there, but this is a really fun commander in my opinion. I absolutely love the art of him kind of holding out that hand, looking all cute and innocent, giving everybody bananas, but really his whole goal is just to make sure that everyone doesn't have bananas and you have all the bananas to make. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe. That's definitely the best way to support the channel. And with that out of the way, thank you for stopping by.